Hello, friends. Hello, and welcome to your week ahead reading with me, Rene. Always an absolute pleasure and honor to be here with you and to bring you this kind of guidance. I'm so enjoying the new format, and I hope you are too. I think this is our third or our fourth of the new format. And I hope you enjoyed the conversations with Spirit that was posted on Friday. Also, something completely new to my channel, something completely new to my way of working, and yeah, it looks like it was really well received, so thank you for that. Let's get into our week starting Sunday the 23rd of January. Nearly said July. Oh my gosh, 6 months ahead of myself. So 23rd of January 2022. Let's have a look and see what is the theme. So we're starting off with the theme, then we're going to get into our animal and to our crystals. Then we're going to look at the elements. So we're going to look at per elemental signs, and then we're going to do our Q&A with Spirit. So let's get into it and see what the week ahead has in store for every single one of us. So the decks that I have on table here is our Word of the Year Oracle. So that gives us our kind of theme for the week ahead. And this week I am working with this Oracle deck, which is the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck. It's wonderful. Amanda Lovelace is the creator, and artwork by Janinia. Oh my word, I'm probably saying that so badly, but there you can see the name. And that's going to give us the combination of these three will give us the theme for the week. So let's just make a little bit of space, and we're going to start with the green ones as always. Let's give them a little shuffle. We're looking for a theme for the week ahead for the collective, theme for every single one of us as we go into this week. What do we need to know? What do we need to be focusing on? And what is the energy? What is the energy for? Right, apparently I'm going to take that one. We've got bold. Okay, let's get the green out of the way. Let's grab the orange. I keep thinking every time I do this video that I must reprint these and just take the gloss off and not laminate them, but I'll get there. At the moment, I quite like the colors. Okay, and I want that one over there. Oops, look at that. Bold love. So for a theme for the week ahead, I think that's truly wonderful. Actually leave them right over there. Bold love. And whenever this word comes up in a reading, in a session like this, I always see it as not romantic love, not like romance between two people, but rather unconditional love of the self and of the collective and of the community. So it's bold love, and I think the way that life is at the moment, we're all a little bit afraid of expressing our love and expressing our appreciation and our love and our gratitude for other people. We're always so afraid of what are people going to think if I say that? What are people going to think if I do that? And I think this is, again, just confirmation from Spirit to put ourselves out there and to not be afraid of any kind of negative consequences or comebacks from that. Okay. And I also think working with this particular oracle deck, believing in your own magic, working with bold love, I think it's just stunning, absolutely stunning. So let's shuffle. These are, again, you can see by the size of my hand in comparison, it is quite a large deck. So I'm going to shuffle this way around, and let's have a look and see what oracle card wants to pair with our bold love for the week ahead. Okay, shuffled, and I'm going to cut the deck over there, and let's take that one off. Right, I'm trying to make some space and put all the cards away so that I don't end up with a problem, but give me 1 second. Let's see what we have. So we have got nostalgia, and it says focus on the here and the now. I love that. And if you look at the card, what we've got happening over here is we've got two friends who have connected and are interacting and having, a cup of coffee or whatever it is. And it's about the thinking back. It's about the reminiscing. I love how we've got master number 33 coming through for us as well, which is also quite significant. And I think, when it comes to bold love, how many times have we lost connection with somebody significant in our life, whether it be a friend, whether it be a family member, whether it be an acquaintance? And I think it's about expressing that, and it's about connecting, reaching out to people from your past, people from a long time ago, people. And when I say a long time ago, it may have been 2 months ago. Anybody that you haven't connected with, anybody that you've maybe distanced a little bit, or life has happened as it does. I think this is basically saying to you, focus on the here and the now, but also be aware around you. And I think we also want to make sure that we're not living in the past. We want to make sure that we're not always focused on what happened last year, 10 years ago, 5 years ago. We need to focus on the here and the now, and we need to be bold in our expression, in the way that we connect and in the way that we interact with other people. Right, I hope the glare is not too bad, but I'm going to leave nostalgia there. Bold love is going to stay right there, top center. And what we're going to do now is we're going to move into your animal totem for the week and the crystal energy for the weekend. Right, so we're now going to look at our animal totem energy for the week ahead. And as always, I may change it in the near future, but at the moment I am working with this particular deck, Colette Baron Reed, and it is the Spirit Animal Oracle. I love the artwork. I just think the graphics, the art is just so beautiful. And the range of animals that is depicted in the deck is also something that I enjoy, which is why I keep reaching for it. I do have other animal decks, and I may switch it up a little bit. I mean, aren't these backs just absolutely gorgeous? So let's give the deck a little bit of a shuffle. And what we're doing here is we're looking for an animal totem that is going to be working with us for the week ahead. Which animal wants us to be aware of it? Which animal is going to show itself to us? And which animal's energies and properties and characteristics are something that we can draw on and use for the following week or for the next week. Okay, so I've given the cards a little bit of a shuffle. Again, I really do battle with large cards. And let's cut the deck over there, and we're going to take that one straight off the top. Find a place for those. Let's turn it over and see. Spirit animal for the week ahead. We have got the White Raven Spirit, card 66. So we had 33 over there. We've got 66 now. So for those of you into your numerology, you know what you need to do. And it's telling you to trust in the magic. I mean, how absolutely gorgeous is that? The artwork is just exquisite. So white raven spirit, I'm not familiar with the white raven bird. So let's have a look into the guidebook and see what the guidebook wants to say about card 66, the white raven spirit, because as I say, I'm not actually familiar with the white raven animal, not an animal or not a bird species that we have here in South Africa. So it says, trust in the magic. Nothing in the universe is random. Actually, let's do it this way so that you can at least see the pretty. Nothing in the universe is random, for the intricate web of co-creation weaves together all events and has done so since the beginning of time. Coincidences have meaning, and White Raven Spirit appears to remind you to pay attention to these synchronicities so that you may recognize the patterns. Even the winds dance a pattern, participating in the magic of Spirit's plan for all. I'm not going to read it all, but just to give you something to focus on. Align with the highest good and intentions, and you will come to see that White Raven is guiding you, an ally to you and a messenger from Spirit. How lovely. Align with the light, and you will start to recognize that all is working together harmoniously in the ways that the eye can't see and the mind can't always comprehend. The universe is conspiring on your behalf right now, drawing you to the light and bringing you the magic and the miracles that are your birthright. Now is the time to trust in the magic of the world that is everywhere and in all things. Pay attention to how things come together as if by magic, and you will see the hand of the Great Spirit arranging things in your favor. I love that. I think that's absolutely beautiful. So we have got White Raven Spirit, and I really do think it's just the universe telling you to trust. The universe telling you that everything is in divine order, everything is working out exactly as it should be, and everything is going to be okay. So White Raven Spirit, as a reminder of Spirit's connection to you, and a reminder to trust in the magic and to trust in the flow and the synchronicities that things happen. But if you're not expressing yourself boldly, if you're not expressing your happiness, your joy, and your love boldly, you may miss the opportunities, because we need to stay in the now. We need to trust in the here and the now, where we are, and not living in the past or living in the future, but living in the present with bold love. Loving this message, absolutely loving this message. All right, let's draw a crystal from the Crystal Spirits Oracle. also by Colette Baron Reid. And again, I do have other crystal decks, which I may actually start using from next week just to change it up a little bit. But let's have a look and see crystal energy that we can all work with for the week ahead. So let's give it a shuffle. And again, I did do a little bit of a shuffle before I started recording, but I do like to have a shuffle on camera with you watching. So let's have a look and see what crystal energy we should be working with for the week ahead. That was just really bad shuffling because it was like half the deck that that went flying. So I'm just going to put them straight back in. There's a difference, like for me in particular, when I'm shuffling and a card jumps, there's a feeling I have where I know whether it's just my bad shuffling or if it is the card that wants to be selected. So I always trust my own intuition around that. Okay, cards are shuffled. Let's cut the deck over there, and we're going to take straight off the top. Right, and let's move those there as well out of the way. Crystal energy for the week ahead. We've got Apache Tears. Apache Tears is also a beautiful, I don't have a piece of it. I don't have any of that here in home, so I can't grab it and show you, but I do want to see, again, what is in the guidebook. So it is number 5, card number 5, or crystal number 5 in the deck. Apache Tears. Essential meaning, it says, is letting go of grief. Oh gosh, I can't do this without destroying it. Letting go of grief, recovering from the past, releasing pain so that old wounds can heal. I like that. I'm actually going to read that again. Letting go of grief, recovering from the past, and releasing pain so that old wounds are able to heal. I think that's actually beautiful. So that's the interpretation, or the short meaning of Apache Tears. And I know it might not be a common crystal. Like last week we had rose quartz, which I think most people have a piece around. I imagine not very many people will have a piece of Apache Tears. So what you can either do is you can either screenshot this view right now and use this image to connect with the crystal energy, or you can Google search. You know, if you type in Apache Tears crystal, you will get many, many images and find one that you're drawn to. And by just having that image on your phone or on your computer or printing it out or just looking at it from time to time, it is almost the same as connecting with the energy of the crystal and allowing it to do the work that it needs to do with you, that it wants to do with you. So, and I do think as well, with everything, the theme that we have going here and our, totem animal and crystal energy, there's definitely a theme developing that this week it's about being present. It's about being in the here and the now, but it's about loving self unconditionally, loving others unconditionally, being bold in your affections and your emotions towards yourself and towards other people, by trusting in the magic, by trusting in the universe, by trusting in spirit, and also starting to work on our old hurts, our old pains, our old discomforts, and just getting ourselves into a place of comfortable and happy and content. So what I'm now going to do, I'm actually going to try something a little bit different. Let's put that one there and let's do bold love there. So I'm trying to fit them all onto the screen without too much glare, and I seem to be succeeding this week for a change, which is great. All right, so friends, we have our theme, we have our crystal energy, we have our animal totem, and we've got our theme cards for the week ahead. The next part of the reading, the next thing that I want to look into, and the next thing that I want to explore is looking at elemental energies and readings for the week ahead for each element. And the reason why I've chosen, I'm just looking for a tarot deck that I want to use. The reason why I've chosen to work with elemental energies is just because, you know, we are looking at a short time frame. We are only looking at 7 days, Sunday to Saturday. And, doing it with elements means that we are grouping the zodiac signs into the elements, which means that there are only 4. And because it's a short time period, we don't need to have specific for each sign of the zodiac. All right. But it's a general reading for the collective per elemental. So we're going to start with fire. So we're going to do the fire, the earth, the air, and the water. That's the sequence that I'm going to work with. And we're going to start off with fire energies, and the zodiac signs that fall under the fire element is our Aries, our Leo, and our Sagittarius. And this week I have chosen to work with the mini version, the pocket edition of the Wild Unknown Tarot. And I love this deck. I've got the full size version, and of course now I have the pocket size. And you know, I love working with 2 sizes of the same tarot deck because it brings such a dimension to the readings. So I thought I would use the pocket version of the Wild Unknown Tarot. The artwork is deep but simple. And it seems to trigger something in the subconscious. So if you are somebody who is connected to your own subconscious and connected to your own mind, and the kind of, spirit connections, this deck seems to talk. It seems to talk quite loudly. It seems to talk quite clearly. So I thought that would be quite nice to use in today's sessions and today's reading. So as I said to you, we're going to start with the fire energies, with the fire readings, and then go into the other elements. And I'm going to do readings for each one, giving understanding of what's coming up next. Right, so fire signs. So fire signs being Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Let's have a look and see the week ahead. What is the theme? What is the energy? What do you need to know about? What do you need to be aware about for the week ahead? What's a shuffle? Going to cut the deck over there. So for our fire signs, the first card that I have drawn for you is the Mother of Pentacles, which is the Queen of Pentacles in traditional tarot. We also have the Three of Pentacles, which is the card of teamwork and hard work and being recognized for all that you've done. And we also have the card of the World. So for fire signs, we have got the three cards coming through for you. And when I look at these three cards together, as an interpretation, as a reading, it talks about nurturing that which you have. And I want to bring it into our theme and our, animal totem and our crystal energy. And the mother of Pentacles is telling you to nurture that which you have, to be very present, be in the here and the now, expressing yourself, being bold in your actions, in your beliefs, and in your understandings, not holding anything back. It is about recognizing the pain of the past and the wounds of the past, and giving them the opportunity to heal while being aware of what's going on around you, by being mindful of the energy that spirit have, and trusting that everything's going to be okay. The fact that we have this Three of Pentacles that's come through here in the middle is also confirmation that, if you try and do things as a collective, in other words, working with your family, working with your partner, working with your colleagues, working with other people, instead of trying to be independent and doing everything on your own, you're definitely going to have more success, because the world talks about cycles. It talks about, when you complete something, all it does is get you to that point where it's time to start for the next round, for the next cycle, for the next experience. Just as birthdays, just to talk about birthdays for a second, today is my son's birthday, which is why I'm thinking about birthdays, the day that I record this video, that is. um, and with the world card, when it gets to your birthday, it is about a completion of an earth cycle, but it's also the beginning of your next earth cycle. So for all my fire energies, for Aries, Leo, and for Sagittarius, spirit is saying to you for the week ahead, nurture that which you have, be mindful of that which you have, but work with others, allow others to contribute, recognize that you can do it on your own, and you're fully capable of doing things on your own, but things are just sometimes easier and better when worked with collectively. And recognize that just as one cycle completes, it's time to move, or to start, or to work in the next cycle. So fire signs, that's the week ahead for you. I've just put the three cards together, but I'm going to keep them as they are, and I'm going to stick them over there. And we're now going to move on to our earth signs. Let's shuffle the cards again. Earth signs, we're looking at Taurus, we're looking at Virgo, and we're looking at Capricorn. For the week ahead, Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn, for the week ahead, let's see, what does Spirit have in store for you? What do you need to know, and what do you need to be mindful of? Cut the deck over there. First card we have for earth signs is the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is a card that talks about a little bit of chaos, a little bit of things not always going according to plan. But it's also the card that says sometimes you have to do things that are uncomfortable. Sometimes you have to do things that hurt, that are not easy for you. But it's in order for you to have success, in order for you to achieve the things that you want to, in order for you to experience bold love, you sometimes have to climb out of your comfort zone. Connected to that, you see, things have stopped making sense now. We have got the Three of Swords, and the Three of Swords is the card of heartbreak. It's the card of disappointment. It's the card of having emotional pain. And again, when I look at everything here in relation to this for our earth signs, I think I understand. But let's just get one more card. Okay, and here we have the Four of Cups. Four of Cups is the card of a little bit of boredom, a little bit of disinterest, a little bit of apathy. apathy is a really good word for that Four of Cups. So for all my earth energies, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, this is Spirit saying to you, this week ahead is going to be a week that's not going to be smooth sailing. You may experience a couple of challenges. There may be a couple of bumps in the road, but it's how you respond to them that matters. And I think when again, looking at these cards across the top of the table here, it sort of makes sense. You need to be bold in your expressions. You need to be bold in showing love, value, and appreciation, in demanding it almost for yourself. It's about healing the wounds from the past, because that's what sticks with me with this Apache tears. It's about healing the wounds from the past, about holding on to, resolving, and allowing those to heal, but also being very mindful on the present, being very mindful on the here and the now, and noticing the support, the synchronicities that Spirit are bringing into you. If you focus on the challenges, if you focus on the heartbreak, if you focus on the difficulties, you're not going to get anywhere. What you need to do is you need to grab opportunities as they present themselves, even if it's taking you out of your comfort zone. Okay? And I know our earth signs, we don't like that. Earth signs don't like to climb out of our comfort zones, but I think this is necessary. In order for you to change, in order for you to evolve, and in order for you to have the success that you want, need, and deserve this week, it's about taking the opportunities as they present, climbing out of your comfort zone, and not getting stuck or trapped in the disappointment, in the hurt, and in the betrayal, but also about recognizing that, sometimes what I'm getting here with this Four of Cups is that sometimes when things are just the same all the time, it does lead to, I can't think of the word right now, uh, um, a word where there aren't any problems, but because there aren't any problems, it's boring and it creates problems. Okay. Honestly, the word has completely slipped my mind. Forgive me, earth signs, but I think that I think this is Spirit saying to you that sometimes we need a little bit of a shake-up in order to get that bold love going again, in order to reignite the fire and the passion and enthusiasm in our lives. Because complacency, we don't want to be complacent. And I think that's exactly what this Four of Cups is saying to you. So the experiences that you may experience this week, before it takes hold and before it creates problems for you, notice the synchronicities, recognize them before they're fully in play, so that you can move past it before it fully grabs hold. Okay, so earth signs, I hope that helps. I hope that gives you the guidance and the clarity that you need. Will they fit if I do them that way? So we've got our fire signs, we've got our earth signs, and now we're going to look at our air signs. So as I shuffle the cards, air signs being our Gemini, our Libra, and our Aquarius. Let's have a look. So our Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. We're looking at our air signs for the week ahead. What is the energy that you're going to experience? What do you need to know, and what do you need to be aware of for the week ahead? Cards shuffled. Whoopsie, cutting the deck over there. Let's see, card number 1 for all my air signs. We have got the Mother of Swords. Mother of Swords being the Queen of Swords. I love that wise owl. Whenever we see an owl, don't we always put the word wise in front of it? And as a mom, moms are fiercely protective. Moms will, do whatever they need to protect their children, to protect their environments, to protect their world. And she does it with her mind. She does it from a point of understanding, using her words and using her intelligence, that as opposed to being full of muscles and physical. So Mother of Swords is telling you to use your sharp intellect, to use your mind to protect and to take care and to navigate the life that you have, or what you need to protect at the moment. Connected to that, we have got the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups is also the card of nostalgia, by the way. It's also the card of understanding the whole journey, the whole pathway, where you've come from, all that you've experienced, and why you are and where you are right now. And the third card for you is the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is a beautiful, beautiful card. So for all my air signs, what the week ahead has in store for you, what you need to be aware of, is to use your mind, to use your sharp wit, your intelligence, even as far as your humor and just the way that you perceive life in general, to recognize that it's about the who you were, who you are, and who you will be. It's about recognizing that full picture, the full spectrum, and how, whoever you are today and whoever you are working towards, you need, there's many steps that you have to take in order to arrive at the outcome, to arrive at where you want to be. But it's about recognizing that if you weren't smart about it, if you weren't using your sharp wit and your intellect, you wouldn't be able to take your family, navigate your family, care for your family, and care for yourself, and create environments that are more suited to what you need, what you want, and what you desire. With our Six of Cups here, it's about recognizing, the stepping stones, recognizing the steps that you've taken to arrive at wherever you are heading. So it's about, we can't go from here to here in one step, that there are many, many steps that we have to take in order to arrive there. And that's what these two cards are sort of saying to us. And with the Ten of Pentacles over here. Ten of Pentacles talks about having everything that your heart desires. You can have everything your heart desires. If you want happiness and joy and success, you can absolutely, certainly have that. But you've got to recognize the path that you're on. You've got to recognize the steps that have to be taken to get there in order to achieve that. But this is a confirmation from Spirit. Take it as a synchronistic sign that if you keep your wits about you, and if you stay sharp focused, and if you stay wise in your expectations, your outcomes, and the things that you say, want, and need, while recognizing the journey that you've been on and how far you've come, you will absolutely achieve everything that your heart desires. And I think that's lovely. I really do. But remember the theme for each one of you as well. So that's for our air signs, being our Gemini, our Libra, and our Aquarius. So I'm going to set that one there. I lost them. I couldn't find the deck on my table. All right, so here we have the deck again. And finally, we are doing our water signs. And our water signs is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces for the week ahead. All my water signs. What is the energy? What do you need to know? What's going to be in store for you for the week? Let's have a look. And as I said, this is for my water signs. Cards shuffled, cutting the deck over there. First card we have for our water is another mother. So we've got all this queen energy coming through this week, which is actually very interesting. So, and it's also quite interesting how they both, all three of them came up first, okay? It's only over here, which was our earth signs, they didn't have the mother coming up first. But very interesting that we've got another mother coming through, and it's the Mother of Cups. It's the mother of emotions. It's the mother of love, of feelings, and I think that's quite wonderful. So let's have a look. Second card that we have the dreaded Tower card. We don't, in the tarot community, the Tower card is the one card that we all dread, that we don't like, but I really do like it, and I'll explain it to you in a minute. So water signs, it's about taking care of your emotions. It's about nurturing your emotions, being very mindful of your feelings, of what you're experiencing and what you're going through, and recognizing that change is necessary. And the third card that we have for you is the Devil. So it certainly looks like water signs. You've got, I'm going to call it the biggest week, the biggest week ahead for you. And if I look at these three cards now, so we've spoken about the Mother of Cups, and she is very intuitive. She's very connected to her emotions. She's very connected to her feelings. She knows exactly what's going on, not only for herself, but for the people around her as well. She's very in tune to herself and to her feelings and to everybody else's feelings around her. The Tower card, and I mean, I know it's small, but let's see if I can just bring it slightly closer to the camera. With the Tower card, you can see that we have lightning, which has struck a tree, and it has created a bit of a fire. It has broken the tree, and there is a little bit of collapse taking place. When we do that, so if you think about pruning a tree, so if you're into gardening, if you've ever spent any time in nature, pruning is a natural process that needs to take place. And if we don't do it voluntarily, it happens, nature takes its own course, and nature will prune naturally. But what happens once we've pruned? So after the event of pruning, and pruning is savage, it's literally taking scissors or something, shearing and cutting, or striking with lightning or fire or anything like that. But once the pruning has happened, once that event has taken place, the new growth that comes from that point, if you chop a branch off a tree and you don't treat that site, new stuff starts blossoming and growing instantly. And that's what the Tower card is all about. The Tower card is all about the growth that happens after the pruning. And You know, if just to go back to the video I released on Friday, my conversations with spirit, why do things go wrong? That's the Tower card, and the Tower card came up in that reading as well. So if you haven't already done so, please do go and check it out, because it'll help you to understand what's going on here. Now, very interesting for my water signs is this particular card over here, which is the card of the devil, depicted here by a really strong, powerful ram. And the ram, he's all about his head. He's all about the forehead. You know, they butt all the time, and you know their heads are super, super, super strong and super hard, and that's how they fight, and that's how they defend their territories, and that's all they focus on. You know, that there's no what's the word I want to use? There's no thought process that goes into their actions and their behavior. Everything is done headstrong, powerful, quick and fast, not thinking about consequences, not thinking about ramifications or anything like that. And that's exactly what the devil card represents, because the devil card is the card that says to you, you are so focused on one thing that that's the only thing that occupies space in your head and your heart. And you don't stop until you've figured out, resolved, achieved, gotten whatever it is, that one thing. It's about hard-headedness. It's about being so focused and so obsessed around one thought process or one behavior or one event or one significance in your life. So for all my water signs for this week, you need to trust your intuition. You need to watch out for the synchronicities from spirit. You need to heal the wounds from the past while being bold in your love and your expressions. But you need to start trusting your intuition, especially when things go wrong, and don't fixate. And I use that word on purpose. Don't fixate on the negative. Don't fixate on the broke, on the break, on the destruction. Fixate, work through that pain, work through that, so that you get to the part of the new life, of the blossoming, of the new growth that will come through it. All right. So water signs, I do hope that that helps you in the week ahead. I do hope that you're able to almost, if I can say, foresee the troubles, foresee the dangers, foresee the situations that may be coming up for you, and that you can work through them before they grab hold and, you know, create unnecessary chaos in your life. All right. Right, so our next part of the reading that we get into is our Q&A with Spirit. So I have my questions, my question cards here in front of me. So we're going to shuffle and we're going to draw a question, asking Spirit to make sure that the card that we draw is the card that has the question. That's something we all need to think about, something that we all need to be mindful of, something that we all need to ponder for the week ahead. And then we will use another tarot deck to answer the question and to see what it is that Spirit wants us to know. So Q&A with Spirit, let's shuffle and see what is the question that we need to be mindful of, what is the question that we need to be thinking around, and what is the question that is relevant for each of us right now. Okay. Cards are shuffled, and I'm going to pick someone in that little pile over there. Let's see what we've away. What is the underlying cause of my current self-doubt? Oh, I like it. What is the underlying cause of my current self-doubt? Okay, so that is our question, and I haven't even it out of the box yet. But as always with our Q&A, I like to work with my little Buddha tarot. I think this is its function. I think this is what the reason why I have this particular deck in my collection is, because it gives such beautiful wisdom. It gives such beautiful clarity and understanding around those kind of questions. So little Buddha tarot, let's take it out of the box and let's see what wants to come through for us. Okay, box is put away. Little Buddha tarot. So, and I actually think I'm going to do that just so that I've got a bit of space. Little Buddha tarot, what is the underlying cause of our current self-doubt? What is the underlying cause of the what is the underlying cause of our current self-doubt? Why are we all doubting ourselves so much? Why are we all doubting our happiness, our joy, our success, what we truly deserve, our goals, our dreams, and our ambitions? Why are we doubting ourselves so much right now? Little Buddha tarot, what is the underlying cause of our current self-doubt? Cutting the deck away. Little Buddha tarot gives us the devil card, which came up here in our water signs. So we have got the devil card, and the second card that we have is the page of swords. So let's have a look. Let's have a look and understand what Little Buddha Tarot is saying to us here. So what is the underlying cause of our self-doubt right now? The Devil card is saying that we're focusing on the wrong things. We're so honed in and so focused on the things we think are important, but actually we're missing the point completely. And isn't that coming back to our bold love? Isn't that coming straight back to, expressing ourselves boldly, not being afraid to say, I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm angry, I'm frustrated, I'm whatever it is. We're so worried about people's reactions to us. We're so worried about how people will perceive what we're feeling, what we're saying, that we tend to bottle it all in. We tend to hold it all in. And this is where our self-doubt comes from, because we don't believe we're strong enough. We don't believe we're capable. We don't believe we're worthy. We don't believe so many things about ourselves. And we are so focused on, other things that are clearly unimportant and clearly not significant. And that's exactly what Little Buddha is saying. And when we don't believe in ourselves, when we're focusing on all the wrong things, it does have a negative effect on our self-doubt. It does have a negative effect on the way that we perceive and believe in ourselves. So immediately we start holding back. And then it's a snowball. And before we know it, we're in the wrong space completely. Connected to it, we pulled the Page of Swords. I love his little magnifying glass, I love the fact that he's sort of, looking closer at something. He's getting he's really getting to the roots of a situation. Whenever, and actually let me bring it a bit closer, because he really is just the cutest. I mean, just look at his little pocket. Can you see he's got his little pens in his pocket? He's got his magnifying glass. I love the smile on his face, So he's got this kind of a little, I'm going to call him a little nerdy vibe taking place. But what it is, it's curiosity, it's interest, it's curiosity, it's the desire to know and to understand more. So when it comes to the cause of our current self-doubt, the reason why we don't doubt ourselves enough is because we don't take the time to understand ourselves. We're so focused on the unnecessary. We're so focused on what we think is important, or what society says is important, or what other people say is important, that we're not really spending enough time focusing and learning about ourselves. If I had to on a if I had to have a conversation with you and say to you, oh, how is so and so doing, meaning somebody else in your life, I bet you would have a whole lot to say about, oh yes, they're having this problem because of this, because of that, and they should do this and they should do that. But when I ask the same question about you, the answer is, I'm fine, or I will be, or, something short, sweet, and simple. We're so quick. We know so much about everybody else. We're so aware of everybody else's, highs and lows and shortcomings. And we take the time to explore. We take the time to understand. But when it comes to ourselves, we don't. We're so quick to look at everybody else. We're so quick to focus on the things that aren't truly important and significant, instead of focusing on what is. And I think this, and I think this is exactly what Spirit is saying, what we need to change. We need to be bold in expressing ourselves, bold in expressing our own feelings, our own thoughts, our own expectations, our own needs, wants, and desires. That is what's most important. And not always focusing on what we think is important when actually. Okay. So, friends, there is going to be an extended portion of this video again. I record an extended portion of the video every single week for those members on my YouTube channel who have subscribed on the Inspired and the Activated, not Inspired, Motivated, I got it wrong, excuse me. On the top 2 tiers on my YouTube channel, they get, every single week, they get an extended reading, where this week I'm actually going to be adding in a message from Guardian Angel, and taking everything a little bit further. So if you would like more, if you feel like you would like to know what else Spirit need us to know for the week ahead, do please consider joining the YouTube channel. There is a join button just down the bottom here. Click the join button and you can be in on the fun as well. And we do live readings every Wednesday night and early access to all the videos. So there's a lot that is on offer on the YouTube channel membership. And I do hope that you all have a good week. And until we connect again, with love and blessings from my heart to yours, take care.